Imagine this. It's past midnight on the freezing November night in Beijing. The streets are silent, thick fog hanging low, and the only light comes from the dim headlights of the bus approaching. You are waiting for the last bus home. Most people would be anxious about missing their ride, but tonight the real fear is not about being late. For the passengers of bus 375, the final bus from Summer Palace to Fragrant Hills, the nightmare begins the moment they step on board. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today I have some really creepy real life story that will leave you shocked. If you have ever experienced something terrifying, I would love to hear about it. You can send me your stories through this email and I will do my best to share them with everyone. And this email is in the description. Just one thing, make sure your stories are real. We want the really creepy stuff, no fake stories. Now, without wasting any more time, here is the story that will blow your mind. Something you have never heard before. On 14 November 1995, the bus left the Summer Palace station. On the bus were a few people and the staff. The driver was experienced and careful, making sure the bus moved safely. The younger conductor was helpful and polite. An old woman sat at the front, very alert and watching everything around her. A young man, about 20 to 22 years old, sat quietly curious about what was happening. At the back, a normal looking couple, a man and a woman, were sitting together just like any other passengers. The bus moved slowly through the thick fog. The headlights barely light up the road, and every turn feels like driving onto the wall of white. The bus is very quiet with only the engine's hum and occasional sound of passenger moving or coughing. The couple wants the bus to take the usual short route even though the fog is very thick and visibility is low. The driver, worried about the danger, suggests taking a longer, safer path to avoid any accidents. So the driver took the longer path, which was the biggest mistake. When the bus reaches their stop, they get off, leaving only four people on board: the driver, the conductor, the old woman, and a young man. That's when things started to feel different. The silence became heavier, the fog looks thicker, and the night feels colder. Soon, the driver notices three figures standing on the side of the road. There are no street lights, no other cars, and the fog is so thick that it's hard to see anything. Yet somehow these three people are clearly there. They are wearing old-fashioned, dusty clothes, looking like they belong to a completely different time. The middle figure seems weak and is being supported on both sides by the other two, as if he can barely stand on his own. What makes it even stranger is that no one can understand how they are even visible through the dense fog. There's something about them that immediately feels wrong, a little chilling even before they step onto the bus. When the three mysterious figures step onto the bus, the atmosphere changes immediately. The conductor tries to lighten the mood, joking that maybe they are performers from the nearby theater, dressed in old costumes from the play. The old woman could not stop feeling uneasy. She kept trying to look behind, but it was so dark she could barely see the three strangers sitting at the last seat of the bus. Her heart was racing. Something about them felt very wrong. The young man sitting across from her seemed calm, looking out the window unaware of her fear. She tried again and again to glance at them. Suddenly, a gust of wind came through the back window, blowing the hair off the middle person's face. And then, what she saw made her freeze. That man had no face. Yeah, he had no face at all. So what does it mean? It's not a human. Then her eyes went down to look at their legs. At first she thought maybe it was a trick of the dark, But then she realized their feet were not touching the floor. They had no feet, like they were not human anymore. Her heart pounded, sweat ran down her forehead. She felt a terrible icy fear. They were not normal and something very bad was about to happen. She did not know what to do. All she could think was, how do I survive this? How do I save my life? Suddenly, out of nowhere, a black cat ran across the road. The bus driver slammed on the brakes with all his strength. The bus jerked violently, throwing everyone forward. The old woman lost her balance and fell onto the young man sitting beside her. He lost his balance but tried to stay upright, holding the seat in front of him. The driver's hands were white on the steering wheel as he struggled to keep the bus from skidding off the road. The conductor held the overhead handles tightly, bracing himself, his face full of fear. In the middle of all this chaos, the three mysterious passengers at the back did not move at all. They sat perfectly still, heads slightly down, their feet floating above the floor. It was terrifying. Everyone else was thrown around, but they stayed completely unmoved, as if they were not even real. God helped the woman. Her heart was pounding, but somehow she stayed awake and alert. She realized this might be her only chance to survive. As the bus jerked to a stop, she grabbed the young man's arm and screamed at top of her lungs. He's stealing my purse. Get off the bus with me. The driver, frustrated and confused, shouted back, "Hey lady, why are you creating mess? So much is already happening and now you are confusing me even more." And the old woman did not stop. Her voice was loud and urgent, filled with fear. The young man looked confused and said, "I did not do anything. What's happening?" The driver, saying he could not calm her, finally said, "Fine, get off the bus. But don't drag him into this mess. We have to go." Without hesitation, the woman grabbed the young man's jacket and pulled him off the bus. He was confused, shaking in the dark, and asked, "Why did you do that? Where are you taking me?" Breathless and scared, the woman spoke quickly and firmly. "I actually saved your life. You should be thanking me. Did you see those three men? They were not human. The middle one, he did not even have a face." The boy's face went pale, his eyes wide with fear. "Oh my god, what are you saying?" He stared at her for a moment, speechless. Then he hugged her tightly and whispered, "Thank you. I also thought something was very wrong with them." The young man and the old woman ran through the dark, praying they would reach a safe place. The forest around them was thick and scary, and the night felt endless. In the distance, they finally saw a faint light. As they got closer, they realized it was a police station. Relief spread through them. They had made it. Once inside, they hurriedly told the officers everything they had seen on the bus. But as usual, the police did not take them seriously. They laughed it off, saying, "It can't be possible. Why are you trying to scare us at this hour? Just go home. Nothing is going to happen." They took no any action and no investigation started immediately. This was the moment the story highlights. If the authorities had acted sooner, the tragedy that followed might have been prevented. The next morning, the bus station noticed that the bus had not come back. People started asking where it was. When the police found out, they realized something was wrong. They checked the CCTV cameras along the bus route. The bus was visible on the camera until the old woman and young man get off. After that, it disappeared completely. No one saw it anywhere. Later, the bus was found 100 kilometers away, sunk in the river. How it traveled so far without anyone saying it was a mystery. No one could explain it. Eventually, the authorities found the bus submerged at the bottom of the river. Inside, they discovered a horrifying scene. The driver was dead, the conductor was dead, and even the middle passenger of the mysterious group was dead. The other two passengers were nowhere to be found out and were never seen again. What made it even more disturbing was how quickly the bodies had decomposed, far faster than anything anyone could explain, especially since they had only been underwater for 2 days. To make the situation even stranger, the bus fuel tank, which should have been full, was completely empty and instead contained a dark, thick liquid that looked like blood. No mechanic or investigator could understand how the bus had ended up there, why the fuel tank had turned into that stranger substance, or what had caused the bodies to decay so quickly. It was as if something completely unnatural had happened, leaving everyone involved terrified. This story leaves more questions than answers. Who were the three mysterious passengers? How did the bus vanish from CCTV and travel 100 kilometers? Why did the decomposition happen so quickly? Why did the old woman sense danger before anyone else? Some suggest spirits, others criminals, and some say supernatural forces hijacked the bus. No explanation ever satisfied all the questions. So imagine being on that bus. One wrong turn, one seemingly ordinary passenger, and your life could be at risk. The old woman's intuition saved her and the young man. If you were on a late night bus and someone warned you, would you trust your gut or ignore it? Bus 375 has become a legend in Beijing, a chilling story about the last bus. Even today, locals warn each other about late night rides. Remember, on a dark, foggy night, the wrong seat, the wrong bus, or wrong passenger could mean the difference between life and death.